great fight. G'day, this is Captainoob, and this is an Instigating pump-action shotgun, and for those who don't know what the Instigating effect is, double damage if the target is at full health, which makes this weapon quite powerful, as we'll see a little bit later. But anyways, pump-action shotguns, they're new to Fallout 76, unlike the lever-action rifle, which was copy-pasted from Fallout 4, this thing actually reloads properly. You'll reload exactly how much you need to top up the tube, which is great. So just going over our attachments: hardened receiver for the best damage, true long barrel for extra accuracy, standard grip to keep the weight down. There's not really much point of having a stock on this when it fires so slow that the recoil doesn't really even matter. Standard sights, because there are no sights for this weapon, that's the only thing you can get. No muzzle, although there's a suppressor there which we'll try a little bit later on, and no paints have been purchased by me, so what you see here is what you get. So we're sitting at 118 damage there, which is pretty good, I suppose, but if we bump ourselves up with some shotgunner perks, there's Expert, Master, and the basic one, it'll give us an extra 30% damage. Now we're sitting at a much better looking 153, so yeah, looking pretty good. Righto, we'll start off by showing this weapon off against a couple of muties over here. We've got a warlord over there, so yeah, you know these guys are tough. Question is, can we one-shot them with the proper sneak perks? Because yeah, I'm still using the stealth commando build, as you probably saw before, and this build works with a lot of things, because being able to pull crits out of your ass like that, it can do you very well. So there we go, we've shot one round, we reloaded one in there, which is good. The reloading on this thing obviously isn't the best, but having the short reload after you fire off one to, you know, give you just that top up, it's nice. You don't have to sit through an entirely long reload animation if you're using like a drum barrel on a combat shotgun. But obviously having the ammo capacity as low as 8 means if you get swarmed by a bunch of feral ghouls, you're gonna be sitting through that reload animation quite a lot, and it'll be very costly to your health bar and your, I guess, life. If you were to find yourself swarmed with ghouls with this thing empty, you've either got to run away or just die, I suppose, or just wait until the thing's reloaded. You can make it fire one after you've reloaded, and that reload is interruptible, which is good stuff. And I really thought they'd use this script to fix up the oh, there's a lever action rifle, speak of the devil, and yeah, there's a treasure map here. We're not going to go and follow that. But yeah, using this script, I thought they'd fix up the lever action rifle, but they didn't. If any modders can find wherever this script is and pinch it and retool it for your own use in those shotgun mods that reload a little bit like this, then that'd be great, although it probably was breaking the terms of service agreement or anything. But yeah, we're doing good so far. So before I continue, I've got 4 bits of chameleon on my limbs, and on the torso is still stand fast, and I've got a little bit of an upgraded vault suit there. So that's my armor, so you know, because some people get upset when I don't show off exactly all of my gear. So what I'm going to do here is take on a bear. Now, bears, you probably want to stand back and shoot with a rifle, but hopefully with the instigating effect on this, we can make very short work of old mate Baby Todd Bear, and we did. He even had collision in his death animation. That's something you don't really see. But yeah, we managed to kill him very easily. I think I hear some blood bugs in here, so why not do some pest extermination while we're here? We are at Dolly Sods, which is around... oh, it's the bloatfly, who is strangely invincible. The instigating effect didn't trigger there for at least that first shot. I'm just gonna blame lag and leave it at that. I wasn't really expecting a bloatfly to stand up to this weapon anyway. Now I should probably address the elephant in the room of, obviously this thing is not going to be hitting quite as hard as a explosive shotgun. If you've got an explosive combat shotgun, give it here and no one gets hurt. But yeah, there's something to be said about just going up and critting in the face. You see, you couldn't do that with an explosive shotgun. You'd probably kill yourself quicker than you'd kill the bear that way. It's a vigorous 10mm pistol. Weird receiver names there, but I should stop looting. So yeah, just being able to not kill yourself when using this weapon is a plus. It's something you kind of take for granted when you're not using explosive weapons. You all saw how that cryolator went the other day. Now, glowing gulpers, they're bastards because they've got some nasty health regen on them. But with that crit to start off, as well as the instigating effect, we can knacker, was that like 3/4 of the health bar right away, which is nice. I'm just going to switch my quests to let me know where the others are. And I'll pick up my 20 caps, and then I'll take my leave. Yeah, for some reason, all of the DLC creatures, like the ones from Far Harbor, which, what are they doing here? West Virginia is nowhere near the ocean. Yeah, I don't know. But, for some reason, they're in this game, as well as several other things that shouldn't be in this game, like the Cryolator, for instance, and they're really, really tough. There are perks that give you bonus damage against glowing enemies, but honestly, it's not really that useful. Unless it does help against the Scorch Beast Queen, I don't think I'll ever use it, or put any perks into it. It's simply better to get your weapons doing better damage, or whatever. Alright, so one of these guys has the crown next to his health bar and his level, so he's obviously the boss of this area. We used up a little bit more AP than I would have liked creeping up to him, but I wanted to make sure we get that VATS hit as soon as we need it. And now we can see the weakness of the pump action shotgun here. See, when you're out of ammo and people are chasing you or things are chasing you and you have to pause for that long reload, you run yourself into a little bit of trouble. Fortunately, the pathing of enemies seems to be worse in Fallout 4. You can basically run rings around these guys and they won't ever get ya. For some reason, Deathclaws don't grab you anymore, so you can do the same thing against Deathclaws. Cue the Benny Hill music. I knew I'll probably get copyright struck if I used it, but you'll just have to play it in your minds, or you can pause the video and... Okay, I don't know what happened there, but we're okay. I just popped a panic stim pack or two there. Back up to full health. See, if you had an explosive pump action shotgun right now, you'd be laughing at the dead corpses that are in front of you. And wow, he's just booking it out of there. I think they quit. Well, I'm not going to take that. Come back here, you bastard. We're not done yet. Tell you what, they've got a nasty headbutt on them. It also is nice to... Oh, we've actually got a flamer out of that. That's useful. Also, we're now overweight. I really shouldn't have picked that up. That's okay. I'm just gonna drop that. I'm still in the hoarding mode that I would if I wasn't recording, because I break this down and do something with it. Okay, can we win the tank beast war? Yes, we can. We can out-tank his shots. Only just, though. We're out of bullets or shells in the thing just then, so... We got close, but there's the weakness of this. So what I might do now is add a suppressor to it so we can add stealth into the element, and hopefully that'll help us out with our low ammo capacity and relatively low rate of fire. Whilst we're waiting for the sun to go down, I'll just point out that my endurance build actually allows me to get rid of rads simply by being in daylight, so having 2 in Sun-Kissed and 2 in Rejuvenated, which this one will increase your AP regeneration when properly hydrated. You can use this just during the daytime when you're not really in combat, just to seep out those rads, meaning your health bar can look like that. No red in there. And using this method, I only need, like, I don't know, I usually keep 10 right away on me. Maybe I could go with 5, and I only use them during emergencies. So yeah, that's a little bit of weight management tips for you. Also, 15 stim packs is the absolute maximum I would go. I've got all of these super ones for when shit gets real, but I don't think I've actually ever used them. So it's just clocked over to 6 PM, which means as far as the game is concerned, it's night despite there being blatant daylight. So let's go ahead and get started on some of these ghouls, and if we're lucky, some of them might drop some legendaries for me. I don't know, I've been having a lot of interesting encounters over here, because sometimes the ghouls won't even be legendary, and they'll drop something of the legendary variety, which is good. They'll also commonly drop caps and little bits of ammo here and there, which is good. Sometimes a right away. Let's hope we've got something good. It is an exterminator's leather chest piece. You know what? I think I'm gonna leave that. Got another one over there. Keeping in caution makes it easy, and enemies just sometimes T-pose like that. I don't know where that one got to, but he is definitely dead. Okay, every single enemy is T-posing. There, you load in properly and then you die. So, going pretty well with our 3.5 times sneak attack multiplier. Not a calculator, but I can tell you that's doing some pretty solid damage. Another one over there. Keeping nice and stealthy with this. Works pretty well, as you can tell. And we probably would have nailed him. Oh, wait, see? There's a non-legendary, and we got a bloodied switchblade out of that. I can't wait to use that. That's next. Looks like we've got a disease-bloated dude. That's okay. We'll just crit him in the face, even though we don't get that extra... Oh, there we go. So, there's the problem. I really would like to be in caution now, please. Okay, perfect. Escape artist still doing the glitchy thing. And now we are right to sneak attack crit. The instigating effect will knock him out. But old mate other ghoul has seen us, and now we're in a lot of fucking trouble because we're being swarmed right now, and I'm being body blocked and everything. And oh, of course, someone else rocked up. I can't wait until private servers, I'll tell you that much. But that's okay. We'll just go ahead and just let our friends deal with it whilst we sit here and get some right away going. This is why I don't want to have other players interfere with my shit, because... Did I ask for you people to come here? Get the fuck out of here. So, commonly you'll find that sometimes enemies will just respawn en masse when other players approach you, and that's exactly what happened there. I had that one all under control, but then some enemies, or some... You know what? Sure, some enemies walked in, and now everything sort of went pear-shaped after that. And as good as the instigating shotgun is, if the ball's not on our court off the bat, it's not going to get us out of trouble. But other than that, all I can say about this weapon is it's solid. Sure, it has some flaws here and there, but at least it doesn't break on you and glitch like many of the nice delayed death, and it doesn't break on you and glitch like many of the explosive weapons do, which really gets annoying after a bit. You don't want to go server surfing because your gun is glitched on you. But if we can take this just one at a time, getting those sneak attack crits, controlling the flow of combat, not being swarmed, we can do very well with this thing. So, if you learn how to sneak properly, you'll be in good hands with this thing, provided you've got it spec'd properly. There's another radstag over there. I will definitely harvest you and your son for my meat, because what you get out of that when you cook it up is an extra 20 carry capacity, which is invaluable. Although it's been nerfed, in Fallout 4 it was actually 25. They knocked off 5 with this. And here we are in the room full of many ghouls. That was a very tactically wise move by that ghoul back there, and now we are being swarmed. Hopefully old mate over there doesn't come and interfere with this, because I'd rather be left alone, but something tells me he'll come in and start some nonsense with these ghouls. So, killing these guys one by one is easy when we've got that extra instigating effect happening. It makes it doubly easy when we can get those crits as well, which is not all the time, but using that to your advantage in those situations is definitely a good idea for that. Alright. What have we got in here? Nothing, apparently. There's usually a mob that spawns in there. Ah, there's one. Just another gangrenous. Stupid zombies. So the stars really need to align, or not the stars, you can easily pull this off, but you really need to be in control of what enemies you engage to have this thing work for you, because if you don't, you get swarmed, you get chopped up by a bunch of ferals. So yeah, this thing, crowd control isn't the best, but if you're using something like a combat shotgun with the explosive effect, you'd be laughing, you'd be through them all already. You wouldn't have to take these pauses in between things to, you know, actually do stuff. Also, what was that? Did I see some... I thought that was... Oh, a plasma pistol. I'll definitely have that. I kind of need those things. I want more parts. So if I get a good explosive one, I can easily... Oh, there's another boss enemy. See, this is a thing. I think another player has just showed up and then everything sort of respawns. I was lucky enough that I was completely hidden that time, but yeah, that's the kind of chaos you get around this area. You'll find a lot of people do farm in this, and if he happens to shoot me, it's game on. Although sometimes it is nice having the ghouls run into other people. We'll just quickly uncripple our leg there. and crouch and shoot. Unfortunately, they're a little bit more perceptive than your average super mutant somehow, despite having rotted irradiated brains. That one's also legendary. Nocturnal, no thank you. And, oh, that one's legendary with the 3 stars, and we killed him. Anything good on that one? It is... No, he's just dropped a 1 star despite being 3 stars. Oh, Mr. Power Armor, eh? It's weird, it's not saying I'm allowed to take these people on. Maybe he's got pacifist mode on. I'm not sure, but for some reason, he's not too keen on shooting me back, which is a little bit disappointing. He's got... Wow, your weapon is surprisingly ineffective against the ghouls compared to mine. But I think you... Oh, I've got a chameleon. I want to become a chameleon. I've already got the chameleon armor bits. What more do I need? There you go. You got a kill, mate. Good on ya. Alright. I think we're almost done, but yeah. Maybe this place would be an interesting place to test out weapons because you get really thrown into the ringer here, and the extra variable of other players showing up, respawning everything, means you can actually test the weapon and put it to its limits rather than just playing things by your own terms. And I think with that you get a general idea of the effectiveness of this weapon. I've explained it twice over already, so I think I'm going to leave it there. Also, what does the chameleon effect even do? I know that you can't, if not in combat, if unarmored and stationary. Well, I don't think I need that considering the 4 bits of chameleon armor I do have on me. But anyways, I think that is about it for the Instigating pump action shotgun. This one's not for sale. I want to keep this, but if you've got an explosive one for me to test out, I'll give you a shout out. Dupe it to me, please. Thank you for watching, guys.